Good morning and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for standing by and welcome to Chagee second quarter 2025 earnings conference call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. We will be hosting a question and answer session after management's prepared remarks. Please note that today's event is being recorded. With that, I will now turn the call over to the first speaker today, Ms. Alicia Guo, Investor Relations Director of the company. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chagee's second quarter 2025 earnings call. With us today are Mr. Junjie Zhang, our CEO, and Mr. Aaron Huang, our CFO. The company's financial and operating results were released by the newswire earlier today and are currently available online. Before we continue, I refer you to our safe harbor statements in the earnings press release, which applies to this call. Any forward-looking statements that we make on this call are based on assumptions as of today, and Chagee does not undertake any obligations to update these statements. Also, this call includes discussions of certain non-GAAP financial measures. Please refer to our earnings release, which contains a reconciliation of non-GAAP measure to GAAP measure. With that, I will turn to the call to our CEO, Mr. Junjie Zhang. Please go ahead, sir.
感谢各位参加今天霸王茶姬2025年第二季度的业绩发布会。我们深知，正是各位长期以来的支持与信任，才让霸王茶姬能够在充满挑战的市场环境中砥砺前行。
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining Chagee's second quarter 2025 earnings conference call. We truly appreciate your continued trust and support, which has enabled us to forge ahead steadily in this dynamic market environment.
在进入正式业绩讨论前，请允许我分享一个重要的人才战略进展。为加速北美市场布局，我们近期成功组建了全新的北美领导团队。我们非常荣幸地邀请到了 Emily 张女士加盟，出任北美首席营销官。Emily 女士拥有丰富的国际品牌建设经验，曾担任 VML 和 McCann World Group 中国区部分公司首席执行官，以及星巴克中国的首席营销官。
Before we dive into our quarterly performance, I'm delighted to share an important update in our talent strategy. To accelerate our North American market expansion, we have successfully assembled a new North American leadership team. We're honored to welcome Ms. Emily Zhang as our Chief Commercial Officer for North America. Emily brings extensive international brand building experience, having served as CEO at West at VML and McCann World Group China, and Chief Marketing Officer at Starbucks China.
同时，我们迎来了 Aaron Harris 先生担任北美首席发展官。作为连锁餐饮行业的资深专家 ，Aaron 曾成功主导多个国内外快餐品牌的市场拓展，最近担任 Dutch Bros 咖啡的业务拓展 SVP。他的丰富的规模化运营经验将助力霸王茶姬在美国市场的快速发展。
Additionally, we welcome Mr. Aaron Harris as our Chief Development Officer for North America. As a chain restaurant industry expert, Aaron has successfully led market expansion for multiple national and international QSR brands, most recently as Senior Vice President of Development at Dutch Bros Coffee. His rich experience in scaled operations will drive our development in the U.S. market.
这不仅仅是一次关键人才引进，更是公司全球化战略布局的重要落子。我们已在亚太及北美等核心市场前瞻性的建设了本土化团队，进行系统性、前置性的组织能力投入。今年下半年，公司还将持续加大对海外市场的战略性投入，不断完善全球人才梯队和运营体系建设。我们坚信，这支由顶尖人才组成的本土化团队将推动霸王茶姬在关键市场 实现战略性突破，为公司的全球化征程注入可持续的增长动能。
This is not just a key talent acquisition, but also an important move for our global strategic layout. We have proactively established a local team in core markets such as Asia Pacific and North America, making systematic investments in organizational capabilities. In the second half of this year, we will continue to invest strategically in overseas markets, steadily enhancing the development of a global talent pipeline and operational system. With our elite local teams, we're confident that we will achieve a pivotal breakthrough and sustain strong growth momentum globally.
接下来，我将向大家详细介绍本季度的经营成果与业务进展。在全球茶饮市场持续变化的背景下，我们坚持以品牌价值和产品创新为核心的发展路径，展现出稳健的经营韧性和清晰的战略执行力。本季度，公司整体业务保持健康增长态势，营收持续双位同比增长，盈利能力保持稳定。
Next, I will walk you through the operating results and business updates. Despite the evolving dynamics of the global tea beverage market, we have stayed committed to growth strategy driven by brand value and product innovation. This has reinforced our operational resilience and sharpened strategic focus. This quarter, we achieved solid progress with revenue sustained double-digit year-over-year growth and consistent profitability.
取得这样的成绩，首先得益于我们始终如一的品牌战略。在当前行业普遍以价格战换取市场份额的环境下，我们坚持价值优先的差异化定位，这一战略获得市场的积极反馈。在保持价格策略一致性的前提下，我们的第三方外卖 GMV 贡献提升，注册会员复购行为活跃。这一成绩不仅验证了我们品牌定位的正确性，更体现了消费者对我们产品价值的认可。
One of the most important factors behind these results is our consistent commitment to a clearly defined brand strategy. In an environment where many in the industry compete for market share through aggressive price promotions, we remain committed to our differentiated value-first positioning, a strategy that is earning positive market feedback, while maintaining a disciplined pricing framework. Our third-party delivery GMV has seen growing contributions, with strong repeat purchasing behavior among registered members. These results validate our brand positioning and confirm that consumers recognize and appreciate the value we offer.
为了持续夯实这一优势，并进一步强化我们的品质护城河，公司将于今年下半年全面启动核心原料的升级计划，涵盖茶叶、奶源、糖浆等所有关键原料品类。我们相信，通过对产品源头的持续投入和升级，将为消费者带来更高品质的产品体验。这也是我们价值优先战略最根本的践行。
To strengthen this advantage and deepen our competitive moat, we will launch a comprehensive upgrade plan for essential raw materials in the second half of the year, focusing on key ingredients such as tea, milk, and syrups. We believe that ongoing investment and sourcing improvements will deliver an elevated product experience to our customers, reflecting the core of our value-first strategy.
在全球化战略推进方面，本季度我们取得了阶段性进展，海外市场展现出强劲的增长动能，已逐步成为公司驱动公司整体增长的重要引擎。
On the global stage, our strategy continues to deliver strong momentum. The overseas markets have demonstrated strong growth momentum and are becoming an increasingly important growth engine for the company.
这一成绩主要体现在3个关键维度。首先，我们独特的本地产品以及营销创新取得了显著的成效。今年4月份，我们在东南亚推出的古香焙茶成为现象级产品， 不仅获得消费者强烈的反响、热烈的喜欢，销售售罄。在刚刚过去的6月，我们与英国图书馆联名推出的伯爵茶系列取得了令人振奋的市场反响。该系列产品在社交媒体上引发广泛而热烈的互动。同期，我们在新加坡和马来西亚打造的线下快闪体验店也收获了巨大的反响，成功吸引了消费者的踊跃参与，极大提升了品牌影响力与好感度。这股热潮也直接转化为了强劲的购买力，推动新加坡市场在活动期间的销售杯量实现可观的增长。
This progress has been driven by a combination of localized product and marketing innovation, disciplined geographic expansion, and operational excellence. In April, our Hojicha Jimai milk tea captured customer attentions across Southeast Asia, propelling us to the top position in share of voice among tea brands in the region. In Malaysia, the product sold out in major cities within 2 weeks of launch. In June, our Earl Grey series, co-branded with the British Library, performed equally well. The collection sparked vibrant engagement on social media. Simultaneously, our pop-up experiential events in Singapore and Malaysia drew tens of thousands of visitors, providing immersive brand experiences and significantly elevating brand visibility. Cup sales during these events recorded decent sequential growth, especially in Singapore.
其次，我们的市场拓展战略正在扎实稳健地向前推进，并取得了阶段性成果。上半年，我们在印尼及美国战略市场的布局推进工作取得积极进展，同时深化了泰国市场的战略合作伙伴。
At the same time, we continue to make steady and solid progress with our overseas store expansion. In the first half of the year, we advanced our strategic positioning in critical markets, including Indonesia and United States, while further strengthening our strategic collaboration in Thailand.
第三，各区域运营质量持续提升，成熟市场保持稳健表现。新加坡门店的销售表现持续健康稳定，日均销量持续领先。马来西亚门店表现优异，盈利能力超预期。特别值得一提的是，我们在海外市场的产品实现了一定的价格提升，这充分证明了品牌议价能力的持续增强。
Operational quality across all regions continues to improve. Our Singapore stores sustained solid and stable sales momentum, consistently delivering leading daily average sales. Profitability in our Malaysian stores exceeded expectations. More importantly, we have achieved a sequential increase in the sales price for our products in the overseas markets, demonstrating the strength of our premium brand positioning.
在国内市场，我们也同样取得了创新突破。2季度，我们推出了独具特色的非遗文化主题门店以及活动，比如广东的嵌瓷艺术概念活动和山东的风筝文化快闪店，成功将传统文化与现代消费体验完美融合。这一系列成果充分证明，我们的全球化战略不仅实现了规模上的扩张，更在品牌价值和运营质量方面持续优化。
Domestically, we're pushing boundaries by integrating modern consumer experience with traditional cultural elements. In the second quarter, we introduced themed concept stores such as the Themeric Inlay Arts activity in Guangdong and the Kite Culture pop-up store in Shandong, successfully blending heritage tea culture with contemporary retail design. This demonstrates that our globalization strategy is not just about growing our footprint, but equally about reinforcing brand value and elevating operational quality.
产品创新始终是我们发展的核心驱动力。本季度新品一骑红尘首周销售表现亮眼，它与另一款新推出的产品协同发力，在上新期间共同推动了 GMV 实现可观的环比 提升。此外，限定回归的夏梦梅龙也广受欢迎，登上本季度最受欢迎单品榜单的前列。
Product innovation remains at the heart of our growth. In the second quarter, our new product, Lychee Black Tea Milk Tea, showcased a strong first week sales. Alongside other recent introductions, the two products drove a meaningful sequential increase in GMV during their launch period. Moreover, the time-limited return of Melon Oolong Milk Tea proved highly popular, ranking prominently among the quarter's most favorite product.
在产品创新和用户运营的双轮驱动下，我们的会员生态体系持续健康发展。截止二季度末，注册会员数环比以及同比均录得强劲增长。这些成果不仅反映了我们在用户运营方面的专业能力，更证明了健康茶饮品牌主张的市场共鸣。
Driven by the dual engines of product innovation and user operations, our member ecosystem continues healthy development. By the end of the second quarter, number of registered members achieved strong growth both sequentially and year over year. This reflects not only our ability to operate with efficiency at scale, but also the deep market renaissance of our mission to champion health-oriented tea beverages.
在这个充满挑战的市场环境中，我们始终坚信，坚持品质为本才是公司长青之道。无论外部环境变化如何，我们都将坚持为消费者提供一杯健康无负担的好茶，绝不为了短期增长而妥协品质标准。作为中国现代茶饮的代表，我们肩负着双重使命，既要传承中国茶文化精髓，又要以创新方式呈现给全球消费者。我们将继续以匠心守初心，用每一杯健康高品质的茶饮传递真诚。我们坚信，唯有真诚对待产品与消费者，才能赢得市场的持久认可，让中国茶饮的美好体验走向世界。
In the face of ongoing market challenges, we remain steadfast in our belief that quality is the foundation of lasting growth. As market conditions shift, our promise is clear. We will consistently offer tea that is both wholesome and promising in quality. Short-term results will never come at the expense of our enduring commitment to excellence. As a representative of modern Chinese tea, our mission is twofold: to preserve the essence of Chinese tea culture and to modernize it for global consumers through innovation and creativity. We will honor our craft, true hold to our values, and use every cup of high-quality tea as a gesture of sincerity. We firmly believe that genuine care for both our product and our customer is the key to earning enduring market trust and sharing the authentic experience of Chinese tea with the world.
接下来，我将把时间交给我们的 CFO Aaron， 他将为大家详细介绍公司的财务与经营数据的结果。
This concludes my remarks. Now I will turn the call to our CFO, Aaron, who will provide detailed insights to our financial performance. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. And good evening, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our earnings call. Before we dive into the detail, please note that all amounts are in RMB and all comparisons are on a year-over-year basis, unless otherwise stated. In the second quarter, our revenue reached 3.3 billion, up by 10.2% year-over-year. GMV came in at 8.1 billion, a year-over-year increase of 15.5%. Non-GAAP net income was 629.8 million, up by 0.1% year-over-year. For the first half of 2025, non-GAAP net income rose by 6.8% year-over-year to 1.3 billion. By end of the second quarter, our total membership exceeded 200 million, increasing by 14.5 million from the first quarter and 42.7% year-over-year. These results underscore the resilience of our business model and the strength of our execution under dynamic market conditions. Now, let me provide some context around the market condition we faced this quarter. The intensified delivery platform subsidy competition in China created headwinds for our business, while we remain disciplined in protecting our pricing integrity and premium brand positioning. We recognize that this competitive environment weighed on near-term performance. At the same time, we are advancing our strategic expansion into international markets. This involves deliberate investment in organizational infrastructure, including talent acquisition, just Jay shared, and operational capabilities. While these initiatives are currently affecting profitability in short term, they are very critical investment as we work towards achieving operational leverage in these new markets. Next, let me go through these financials. Our total net revenue for the second quarter increased by 10.2% year-over-year to 3,331.9 million, mainly driven by the continued expansion of our tea house network. Among them, net revenue from franchisee tea house grew by 6.1% to 3,020.7 million, representing 90.7% of our total net revenue. Net revenue from company-owned tea houses increased by 77.3% to 311.2 million, accounting for 9.3% of the total revenue. The increase was primarily driven by expansion of company-owned tea house network. Our total GMV for the second quarter increased 15.5% year-over-year. The average monthly GMV per tea house in Greater China was 404,352 RMB, a year-over-year declining, reflecting both high base from last year's outstanding quarter and a more severe competitive environment. Even so, our commitment to maintain premium position and the brand integrity remains central as we navigate the current backdrop and prepare for improving market conditions. Meanwhile, our overseas markets have gained significant traction, with GMV increasing 77.4% year-over-year and 31.8% quarter-over-quarter. This growth is mainly driven by strategic store expansion and our growing brand awareness, positioning the overseas market as a key pillar of our future growth. In the first half of 2025, we expanded our overseas presence by adding a net 52 stores compared to year-end 2024, bringing our total of 208 stores as of June 30, 2025. The opening of a store in Indonesia attracted approximately 35,000 new members registration during the launch week. In Thailand, the average daily cup sales rose by 54% following our grand openings, with 15,000 new members joined in just the first 3 days. Our Los Angeles store in the United States set a record with 5,000 cups sold a single day. Turning to margin, our gross profit, calculated by excluding cost of material, storage, and logistics from net revenue, reached 1.8 billion this quarter, resulting in a strong gross margin of 53.9%. This remarks a solid improvement both year-over-year, up from 48.4% in the second quarter of last year, and sequentially from 53.1% in the first quarter of 2025. This margin expansion was primarily driven by two key factors. First, we continue to benefit from growing economy of scale as our business expands. Second, lower purchasing costs achieved through our ongoing procurement optimization initiatives have played a significant role. On operating expenses, share-based compensation expenses rose significantly this quarter, which is reflected across our expenses categories. The significant amount of share-based compensation expenses recognized in the second quarter of 2025 were related to the vesting of share-based awards with the performance condition related to IPO success. The breakdown includes $505.6 million in G&A, $31.1 million in sales and marketing expenses, and $15.8 million in other operating costs. To provide greater clarity on underlying performance, we will also reference non-GAAP operating results with full reconciliation available in our earnings release and Form 6K. Operating income was $107.6 million. Excluding share-based compensation expenses, operating income was $660.1 million, representing a 19.8% margin. This margin change reflecting step-up investment in the brand building and the marketing to support a new product launch, R&D to ensure our offering, digital infrastructure, and to elevate customer experience, and the talent recruitment for global expansion. Operating costs for company-owned tea house was $184.1 million, up 72.8% from a year ago, and up 17.2% from the first quarter of 2025. As of June 30, 2025, we operated 239 company-owned tea houses, up from 191 at the first quarter of 2025. On a per store basis, operating costs have decreased compared to the first quarter of 2025, showing improved efficiency at the store level. The other operating costs increased by 36.2% to $173.7 million, largely due to higher payroll supporting the expansion of the franchisee network. On a non-GAAP basis, other operating costs account for 1.7% of revenue compared to 1.2% a year ago. Sales and marketing expenses for the quarter were $385 million, up 54.6% from a year ago, reflecting higher advertising costs tied to new tea product launch and the related campaigns, along with payroll growth and to support the business expansion. On a non-GAAP basis, sales and marketing representing 10.6% of revenue compared to 8.2% a year ago. G&A expenses reached $944.6 million, up 301.1% year over year, driven by SBC costs I just mentioned related to the IPO, and expanded the team to supporting global operation, increased R&D for product upgrades and innovation, and a higher IT service costs to enhance operation efficiency. On a non-GAAP basis, G&A expenses represented 13.2% of revenue compared to 7.8% a year ago. Income tax expenses represented 62.1% of income before tax, significantly higher than 20.1% a year ago. This was primarily driven by the impact of share-based compensation expenses recognized during the quarter. We achieved our 10th consecutive quarter of profitability with net income of $77.2 million. Non-GAAP net income, excluding share-based compensation expenses, was $629.8 million, with a non-GAAP net margin of 18.9% compared to 20.8% last year. The margin decline reflects our continued investment in new product and overseas markets, and the net losses from overseas operations that are still ramping up. Our Greater China business remains healthy, delivering a profitability growth from last year. During the quarter, basic net income per ordinary share was RMB 36 cents, and the diluted net income per ordinary share was 35 cents, We ended the quarter with 8.9 billion in cash and cash equivalent, restricted cash, and the time deposit, up from 4.9 billion at the end of 2024. While near-term headwinds persist, we are confident in our strategic trajectory. Our overseas operations are gaining encouraging consumer traction, and we are building the organizational and operational foundation to sustaining our long-term growth. The investments we are making today in people, infrastructure, and the capabilities will position us to capture significant opportunities as these markets mature and the operational leverage takes hold. At this time, we will not be providing the formal financial guidance for the whole year. Our priority is to execute our long-term growth strategy and delivering lasting value to our shareholders. We may revisit the possibility of offering guidance in the future as condition evolves. In closing, I want to reaffirm our unwavering commitment to our premium brand strategy in today's dynamic competitive landscape. We remain focused on delivering healthy, high-quality tea offering that our customers trust and value. We are deeply grateful for the continued support of our team, Chagee friends, and valued shareholders. Through disciplined capital allocation and our commitment to the strengthening or diversifying our global business, we will continue to creating sustainable long-term value for our shareholders. Our focus remains on protecting margin and delivering profitable growth that is standing the test of time. With that, I will turn the call back to the operator to begin the Q&A session. Operator, please go ahead.
Thank you. As a reminder, to ask a question, please press *11 on your telephone and wait for your name to be announced. To withdraw your question, please press *11 again. We will now take the first question from the line of Lillian Lou from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Hello. Thank you for the opportunity to ask the question. Thanks a lot for Junjie and Aaron's detailed introduction, and I look forward to a big step forward in the global expansion. I have a question actually on China right now. Obviously, we saw it in the second quarter results is there was impact from delivery platform subsidy program. So my question is related. One is what kind of operational impact we've been seeing, for example, the impact on general ASP, the franchise stores profit margin, and the stability. And related to that, what company strategy going forward related to dealing with platforms subsidy program, how we defend our positioning in the industry, and how we look at the second half general operation focus. Then I will translate my question. 谢谢俊杰总和 Aaron 详细的介绍，我们也期望这个公司在整个的全球化更进一步。我的问题呢，实际上是关于中国。当然从二季度以来，大家也看到了外卖平台大战对公司业务的一些干扰。那么我想再进一步理解一下。首先，在二季度，这个外卖平台的补贴对公司的运营，特别是加盟商的稳定性、加盟门店的这个整个的利润情况，以及公司实际的这个价格有一些什么样的影响？那么更重要的是，下一步在这个外卖平台补贴持续的一个情况下，我们策略上是怎么去应对然后把这个公司整个的不光是从 GMV 的角度，还是从公司整个运营的稳定度上这个策略和这个重点的发力点是什么？谢谢。
好的，谢谢你的问题啊。其实最近这个外卖平台的这场大战肯定是这个全世界可能都关注中国的一个热门话题啊。但我们是这么来看的第一个是这个通过短期的 补贴为主导的这种竞争行为啊，对于长期的市场发展来讲，这个肯定是不可持续的啊。短期竞争可能是有益的，但对长期来讲，它肯定是一个不益的一个现象。那么平台怎么来做这件事儿，我们且不评论了。但是对于这个限制饮料企业自身而言，对于茶几而言，这场战争如果参战呢，坦率讲，对于我们的门店的 GMV 增长是有所帮助的啊，对于我们的货品销售也是有所帮助的。但是对于门店加盟商的利润和折扣会有巨大的伤害，同时对于茶几的品牌的定位、高质量的产品、高质量的品牌都会带来巨大的伤害。因此，我们对于这场外卖大战呢，我们的基本看法是，通过这种短期的补贴和价格战而拉来的这些短期的用户，这本身就不是茶几的核心用户群体。那通过低价而吸引进来的用户，他也没有办法长期构建起一个品牌的忠诚度。所以坦率说，茶几是在这一场外卖大战中为数不多没有参战的选手啊。所以我们有几个原则啊，就第一个原则呢，是公司坚决不会盲目的跟风卷入到价格战的漩涡。那么我们会坚持核心的策略，是坚定不移的做高价值的品牌，为消费者提供高质量的产品和服务，这是我们的第一大原则。坚决不打价格战，坚决不降低产品品质和服务质量。那这是我们的第一点。那么第二件事呢，是茶几长期以来对于高价值品牌的这个定位，其实跟我们的价格和这个品牌的形象是息息相关。一直以来，茶几都不是以折扣、派券的方式来赢得顾客。那我们一直都是通过更高质量的产品和更高质量的服务，以及更加有形象、有体验的门店线下体验一系列来赢得顾客的信任。第三呢，我们会不断的提升、优化运营的效率，在避免依赖补贴的同时，公司会持续通过技术的创新、精细化的运营来提升效率，来降低成本。那茶几现在在今年第4季度会逐步推出我们的4.0这个自动化设备。那这台设备呢，在现有的门店人力成本上会进行大幅度的降低，也会大幅度的提升我们的这个生产效率和运营效率。那在不损害价值的前提下，我们保持合理的价格竞争力，将节省的成本部分回馈给真正的重视价值的这些用户和合作伙伴。那么第4点呢，也是今年到年底，茶几会在这一场这个大战之中啊，还是以高价值的去做结构性的新品创新。我们在今年年底呢，茶几的这个门店菜单也会迎来一次大幅度的这个新品上新，这个大家就敬请期待吧。好，谢谢。
好，非常感谢俊杰总。
好的，谢谢 Lilian， 我简单翻译一下。Thank you so much for your question. We see your delivery platform competition heating up quite a bit in the second quarter and attract a lot of attention globally. Well, competition can be really good for the market, and the heavy reliance on the subsidy right now isn't really sustainable for the industry as a whole. So we don't really count on the platform or the discount to attract more customers. It might help us with the GMV in a short period of time, but it doesn't really help with the profitability to our partners or to our franchisees as well. So we believe that it puts a lot of pressure on the merchant margin and shakes up delivery platforms' income stability and creates financial stress for the platform as well. So the key issue with the subsidy is that they mainly attract price-sensitive customers who don't have strong brand loyalty and will switch quickly to whoever offers lowest price. So that makes it really hard to build lasting customer relationships. So for the company, we have 3 principles. The first principle is to build around, we stay firmly committed to delivering high quality products and services. We're not going to get pulled into price wars. Instead, our focus is on offering superior product quality and an outstanding customer experience. And secondly, we're not doubling down our premium brand positioning. We believe real long-term value comes from brand building trust and delivering greater user experience, not from short-term price cuts or discounts or coupons. Our strategy is all about enhancing the high-value brand image. And thirdly, we are focusing on optimizing operational efficiency to boost our competitiveness. Without relying on subsidies, we keep investing in technology and process improvement to improve efficiency. For example, the 4.0 automated machine will be rolled out at the end of the year. It will largely lower the labor cost and increase the efficiency of the operation at the store level. So when we pass those savings on to the customers and partners who truly appreciate our quality, so we can stay reasonably competitive on price without compromising our core value. And also, at last, our product R&D will have something different at the end of the year, and the menu will be changed totally. So we welcome you guys to look forward to our changes at the end of the year. Thank you for your question.
Thank you. We will now take the next question.
我这里再补充一个。
From the line of Xiaopo Wei, please go ahead.
Sorry, Sandra. Can we hold on for a second? The CEO has a little comments to add.
My apologies, of course.
就茶几啊，一直坚信一件事儿，就是中国现在的发展阶段正在从中国制造走向中国品牌的一个转身，同时中国的老百姓也正在从一个低价产品转向一个高质产品的一个过渡。那么在这个过程中，如果持续以低价格的价格战去打出低质量产品，这不符合中国现在的发展规律。短期来看，它可能是一个通过价格来吸引更多消费者的行为，但长期来看，它不符合中国走向品质生活高质量发展的路径。所以茶几还是坚定的相信，我们将走向一条以高品质和品质生活品牌生活方式的一个定位，去做高品质的产品和高价值的定位。这件事是我们坚定不移的，这也符合我们走向全球化，做出中国品牌和中国品质产品的决心，是一致的。谢谢。
So actually, we believe right now China has been transferring from the Chinese manufacturing or made in China mode to the brand positioning mode at the moment. So we believe the lower pricing strategy doesn't really consistent with the high quality life experience or branding positioning for the Chinese market overall trend at the moment. So keeping the lower voice, it is not really help with the higher value positioning. So we firmly believe that we're going to stick to the high quality brand positioning and also offer a high quality product to our customers. Thank you. Sandra, please go ahead with the next question.
Thank you. We will now take the next question from the line of Xiaopo Wei from Citi. Please go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. Yeah, I have two questions on overseas business. In the prepared remarks, you mentioned the very exciting new hire in the U.S. leadership and also many exciting new products in the overseas market locally. So could you update us on the expansion plan for overseas and China in the next few quarters? Secondly, in the operation of overseas market, did you observe anything you want to share with us? And how could you translate those observations into the future strategy for the overseas business? 那我中文翻译一下，谢谢那个俊杰总还有 Aaron 总。那么刚才也是公司刚开始的时候分享一些这个美国的领导岗位的一些重要的雇佣，还有一些非常好的一些产品在海外市场，能不能给我们分解一下，就是在未来几个 quarter 里边，我们怎么海外开店呢？还有中国开店的计划怎么样的？ 第二个就是在二季度的时候呢，我们在海外市场里有什么重要的一些发现？那这些发现怎么去帮助我们去更好的开拓未来的这个海外市场？谢谢。
All right. Thanks for the question. Let me answer it. Let me first, just go through a little bit more detail, on the overseas development market by market. That would be give you a full picture of where we are now in overseas market. I will not talk about domestic growth, but more focus on the overseas market. In the international market, that now we have 208 stores in total, including 178 in Malaysia, and 16 Singapore, and 8 Indonesia, 5 Thailand, and 1 US. In overall, we have 39 new stores added in the second quarter. We also successfully entered Indonesia, first ever, with the new 8 stores in 1 quarter. In the same time, we made a new strides in the North American too. Opened our very first store in Los Angeles in May, with the second US store now soft opening in August. Overall, from an overall GMV perspective, the international markets keep up the strong growth, as I just mentioned that in the quarter that we have a 77.4% growth year-over-year. To break it down by market, we see a lot of very good signal in the performance country by country. In Singapore, we see the daily sales stayed very strong in the second quarter, holding steadily above 1,500 cups a day a store. We are still continuing optimizing the single store model to really maximize our potential in Singapore. By June, our average payback period of a mature store in Singapore improved to less than 12 months. We see, there was soon as a overall country where we go break even in coming quarter. That's really very robust, business development in Singapore. In Malaysia, we have a 178 store now running very smoothly, and overall the profitability performance of our store exceeded our plan, our internal plan. In Thailand, we relaunched the market with 3 net new stores in the quarter. Average store performance very well, and at a daily basis, it's 800 cups a day a store. We see a very welcome by the local customers. In Los Angeles, our first store opening, I mentioned that, with the 5,000 cups sold a day, it's a really long line, like 3-4 hours, and now still keep at 1,000 cups a day for the first store. We going forward, we'll push hard on 2 fronts, strengthening our presence in those mature market like Malaysia, and we will continue have a rapid growth in those markets. But in meantime, we prepare entering more country. Like today is the first grand opening day in Philippines. We see that more and more exciting news coming in. For the second half, that the first one that the Philippines will be the last country in this year as a new country, as a new market we enter into. And then for the Vietnam as well, as just I mentioned. And then in the Q4, the Q3, we definitely with established team there, we were ramping up the growth. And we estimated that for the full year, we will open more than 200 stores as all in the total overseas markets. So that's for the overall overseas market expansion. And as from business perspective, there are some highlights that Jay mentioned as well. For example, we have a lot of local product launch. It's not a product that actually launched it before in China, like Chagee cha, that's very popular in Singapore. We see a lot of local relevant campaigns well received by local customers. So I think that as Jay just mentioned, that we are played as very important a lifestyle brand, and we are focused on building a relevant experience to local customers, not just like simply say it's a Chinese brand. So I think that's something that we see very welcome by the different markets. Operator, next question, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will now take the next question from the line of Chagee Lin from CICC. Please go ahead.
Thank you, management, for taking the question. So my question is on SSSG. So could you please provide more color on the same-store sales performance in Q2, and what's your view of the same-store sales growth trend going forward? 那我也把我的问题翻译成中文。那谢谢俊杰总、Aaron 总。我就是一个关于这个同店的一个问题。那可不可以给我们再多阐释分析一下咱们二季度的一个同店的表现然后以及对于未来的同店增速趋势怎么展望？谢谢。
谢谢世杰总。Thank you. It's a good question. Yeah, the same-store GMV continues softening this quarter, mainly due to two reasons. The first reason that we talked about it before, so because we're comparing against a very strong second quarter in last year. And secondly, of course, the overall delivery platform price war intensified. We choose not to engage heavily to protect our brand positioning. So that's definitely will have a little more market share, challenges, leads to temporary customer diversion and impacted the sales a little bit. Given the high base from the comparable period last year, we expected a continued pressure on the same-store GMV in the second half of 2025. So we are moderating store expansion in 2025, which eases growth pressure on the same stores. Also, we believe that a subsidy-driven price will not last indefinitely, right? So its impact will gradually fade. And as Jay just mentioned, that we will do what we are strong at. We will focus on the product quality elevation, and we will continue to improve, better sugar, better milk, and better tea. So really providing the high quality product to customers and to bring the customer back, focus on the customer experience, right? Stay away from those price competition and really focus on our customer long-term strategy. Delivering high quality product and experience to build a premium brand and earning the customer trust through the consistent excellence. So I think we believe that is something that the Chagee should play, and we are very confident that will be appreciated by customers as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to hand the conference back to our management for closing remarks.
Thank you. Thank you again for joining our call today because we're short of time. If you have any other further questions, please feel free to contact us or request through our IR website. We look forward to speaking with everyone in our next call. Have a good day. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This concludes today's event. Thank you for participating. You may now disconnect.